Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. We have got ourselves what should be a good one here today, as it's going to be a bit of a bot boomer battle. Say that 3 times fast, I dare ya. And yes, we have got 2 old but gold VeTerran bots. We're very lucky. They have both been reactivated on the ladder. And so, probably one of the most famous bots out there. It is MicroMachine. And taking on MicroMachine is going to be the cheesing VeTerran. VeTerran revived. So, to my understanding, VeTerran is a VeTerran bot that was around quite some time ago. Kind of went inactive. The bot author made it open source, and then I think someone else picked it up, I believe, who has now gone inactive again. So that's the kind of beauty of these open source projects, that anyone can pick them up. In fact, I'm pretty sure VeTerran is still open source, so if you're a programmer and you wanted to take a look at VeTerran and try to get it going on the ladder, I believe you're more than able to. But, yeah, of course, following all the rules for copyright and sharing set by the authors. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, before we get too far into this video, make sure to go ahead, click that like button. I better do this intro quick, as there is Reapers on the way. Reapers approxied aplenty. So if we can hit, I don't know, let's go for 31 likes on this video, because we are getting close to Halloween. Leave a comment down below saying more bots. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, just let me know in the comments down below if you're what you do on Halloween. It's one of those things that definitely changes with age for a lot of people. And it looks like we do have the Reaper coming on in for VeTerran, trying to shut down this factory, however, not targeting that SCV perfectly. There we go. Now it gets on it. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, VeTerran is having to pull SCVs to try and counter the Reaper of MicroMachine, as another Reaper of MicroMachine pops on out, sends VeTerran Reaper packing. However, then this other Reaper jumps up into the main base, so both bots are losing some mining time. The main thing is VeTerran is not responding on its side of the map to MicroMachine's Reaper. That's putting it under a lot of pressure to get some damage done. So far, no units have died. As I say that, I mean the one Marine died, and then VeTerran loses one of its Reapers, so that's quite painful for the red VeTerran. Is it going home to defend? It looks like the answer is no, as MicroMachine... Oh, pardon me, it did send one Reaper home to defend, but now it's outgunned as MicroMachine has 2 of them. And holy cow, this is casting, well, more so observing on hard mode, as, yes, these... bot games where they're just microing everything everywhere all at once can be quite a challenge. 2 Reapers for MicroMachine, still harassing VeTerran. Looks like it was quite a solid Reaper defense from MicroMachine. There's 2 for VeTerran, trying to shut this down with an SCV pull. 22 to 25 workers. One of the Reapers of MicroMachine does perish there. And holy cow, look at all this all this mining disruption for only 2 dead SCVs. A dead Reaper and Marine for VeTerran. Meanwhile, MicroMachine just lost 1 SCV and those 2 Reapers. So just what a crazy start to this game. MicroMachine does save up enough change in its piggy bank to start up a command center. Meanwhile, VeTerran does go build its own command center on location. So I'd say the expo timings will be fairly even from that. And we've just got an honest macro game on our hands for the most part. VeTerran is definitely down on supply a little bit, but it's got a tank out, so in theory that should help it out, unless it moves out across the map and suicides it. That's not something we want to see. It is sending that out, so VeTerran definitely still in aggro mode. Now we have got Reapers moving back and forth, looking to jump into the main base of MicroMachine. MicroMachine does still have all its units there. Hellions aplenty. Reapers jumping off the cliff, somehow staying alive during all that chaos. They do want to get on out of there, and there's the tank of VeTerran rolling on up, but it is going to be incredibly exposed against this. Does MicroMachine dive on top of it? Yes, it does. The tank shoots 1 Hellion, just 1 Hellion for a siege tank, and the did the Hellion even die there? No, it didn't. So MicroMachine gets a very nice pick off there. That was incredibly close. If VeTerran had sieged that tank a moment earlier, I think it probably would have got off like an extra 1, maybe 2 shots, and then MicroMachine would have eaten some real damage. But for now, this just really extends the army lead of MicroMachine. VeTerran is trying to do what it can with its Reapers and Hellions while this is going on. Incredible play from these 2 older bots. But I am getting quite concerned now for the Red Terran. Cyclones are out, which is very cool. That's a good lock-on from VeTerran. Locks onto a Viking and kills it. Meanwhile, MicroMachine losing some Marines. If it loses this second Viking, that will be quite painful. We've now got a Cyclone on each side. However, there's a Raven present for VeTerran. MicroMachine spamming the chat there with its offensive launch and relaunch. But those were some nice pickups for VeTerran. Killing off 2 Vikings is no small prize. And then we do have VeTerran just kind of pulling back, having its own Viking, having its Raven and its Cyclone. But man, oh man, the Cyclone battle is going to be super high stakes here. And it looks like MicroMachine gets the first lock-on. However, VeTerran actually gets the lock-on on MicroMachine's Cyclone. It then sends its Raven home, which absorbed the damage from MicroMachine. Is it going to repair that up? Yes, it is. Very good behavior there. Meanwhile, we have got VeTerran trying to land this Rax very far forward. Unfortunately, that add-on shall not get up. And so that's actually a nice prize for MicroMachine. We have got a Viking of VeTerran trying to hunt down this Banshee, which is doing some work. How many kills does it have? Only 2. Meanwhile, is it currently being... yeah, it flew into the turrets, which is how it was seen there. We've got VeTerran moving out to try and save this Rax. It's repairing it. There's a Raven, there's a Cyclone, but unfortunately, no auto turrets being used. I think VeTerran has what it needs to shut this down, but it's not stepping out to do so. Presently, the worker difference is about 5, so MicroMachine with a slight economic lead, slightly more of an economic lead thanks to this bunker speed mining. And here we have the Cyclone of VeTerran moving forward, gets a lock-on on the tank, but that gets broken. VeTerran is unfortunately throwing more resources after this Rax. I'm not sure how many SCVs it's lost, but 5 in total, 6 in total. And this Rax still causing problems by making VeTerran overextend to try and save it. That's no good. MicroMachine moves forward, looking to get some more damage done. I'm not sure it will be able to break 2 siege tanks here, but with these Cyclones getting big pickoffs, that is really nice. Another Viking of VeTerran falls, and that is quite painful. MicroMachine just trading a little bit more efficiently than its opponent in these early game TVTs. That really can add up, and that's why we're seeing just 66 supply against 94. MicroMachine with its 3rd base building on location. We are getting a Thor from VeTerran, which is very cool. Unfortunately, Thors are absolute garbage against Cyclones, so we'll see whether it can actually get something done or not. Maybe if a Medivac gets built for it, and we do have that on the way, which is important, but this is more of a style thing from VeTerran than it is an effectiveness thing, which I am 100% here for. VeTerran, probably the Starcraft 2 Terran bot that has built the most Thors over its lifetime. I'm not a fan of this building placement. Hopefully it lifts some of these off to build add-ons or something, because that could very well be a trap for units popping out there. The Thor transforms into high-impact payload mode, but its services will definitely be needed soon as MicroMachine is looking to try and break this natural. Cyclones move forward. They do eat a siege tank shot already. The Thor can do very well zoning out the Banshees, zoning out the Vikings, but the tanks and Cyclones, not so much. It gets double lock-on. Will the Medivac save it? No, it is late, and so that was a big mineral sink for the Red Terran. I think I am getting a little bit sad about the lack of auto turret usage by VeTerran when it comes to abilities on bots that use energy. I think the philosophy of use it before you lose it is generally the better way to go. And so I would have been happier if VeTerran had just been throwing down those auto turrets. But for now, MicroMachine is pushing and it's got total control of the skies. VeTerran's trying to build 2 Vikings at a time, but it hasn't quite been pooling them as well as it needs. There is, of course, the nice strong high ground, but MicroMachine, it's getting up 4 bases behind this. It is a Terran bot with incredible macro behind its very good micro. And I'm just not sure I see a way forward for VeTerran here in this game. Tank needs to be repaired for sure, but there we go. It's finally getting some repair. VeTerran kind of moving on out a little bit. It's got It's Viking, but that gets locked on. The Cyclones of MicroMachine really are getting some nice value there. And it's kind of funny how well these two bots are utilizing Cyclones when they both haven't been updated, and yet the Cyclones have changed over the patches so many times. It's a good sign of versatile programming. And yeah, so that's just incredibly cool to see. But this could very well have been a buff. For those of you that didn't follow, it's kind of been like ongoing. Just the past few months, did the bot client get to the absolute latest patch? Or not the absolute latest patch, the previous patch, which we were on for like 2 or 3 years or something like that. Probably not that long, but like 2 years or so. It was a long ordeal to get that update rolled on out, and so now we finally got that, where the Cyclones are different. And we do just unfortunately have a slow death here for VeTerran. MicroMachine, the favorite in this match, unsurprisingly taking the win, but it was very close early, very close mid-game too. Really action-packed for sure. Just incredible programming by both these authors. So ladies and gentlemen, if you've watched up until this point, while we wait for VeTerran to starve on out, click that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to support the channel, consider becoming a YouTube member. That goes a long way. All the funds will go to buying full-size chocolate bars for the kids at Halloween, which is something that I'm genuinely debating doing, because I was in Costco, and of course they front load all their giant candy bars. I didn't even think they had small ones till I got to the back, and I'm like, do I buy the big ones? Don't I? So yeah, we'll see, because we just moved too, so that's the new thing with moving. You're like, how many trick-or-treaters we getting? Because yes, that is the question. Now, VeTerran trying to hold on, but it's just hopeless. MicroMachine taking the map, full Terran production swing. That's the very cool thing about MicroMachine. It's not just an early mid-game bot. It does have pretty decent late game as well, which is nice to see. But breaking this ramp is a challenge. VeTerran keeps repairing this tank, so it's been able to get 10 kills on it. Meanwhile, there is this Thor doing some nice defensive work. VeTerran somehow still has a decent chunk of resources to mine. It's the cockroach, but as soon as the Thor gets a little too far forward and a Cyclone gets a lock on, then it's like, lights out, womp womp, Thors are garbage. At least against Cyclones, particularly in bot games. Thors are kind of, unless you have a medivac with Thors, they're kind of like oh gosh, what's the word? Antithesis of what you want for bots, because bots, unlimited micro, unlimited potential. Yeah, you can only take a Thor so far with that. But yeah, very good game between these two. Hope you guys enjoy the rambling casts as always. Let me know, because I know that the past couple of videos have been shorter ones. I don't have time to do like double features or anything like that at the minute. I'll try to on the weekend and stuff like that, but let me know in the comments whether you prefer, like, if I do skip the odd day here and there and try and stick to longer videos, or if I just if you're fine with these shorter mid-game matches, basically. And we actually get a GG, so VeTerran knows it's over. 0 supply, fairly easy trigger there. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.